Hello, my name is Dan Lingle, and I'm a longtime coach at Jesuit Dallas. I've been associated with the Dallas Urban Debate Alliance for many years as a volunteer, and I want to thank you for volunteering to judge at the Dallas Urban Debate Alliance tournament. Tournaments like the one you have volunteered for provide students an opportunity to compete as well as to put to test their unique, persuasive, and competitive style. I know the specific process of judging a competitive debate is a new experience for most of you, but let me assure you of one important thing. As people in the 2018 world, we judge and compare things every single day. We pick winners and losers every day as well. Judging a policy debate is just like deciding dinner by weighing the pros and cons of your options. It's just like picking between two people who should complete a task at your work, or it's just like picking between the two candidates based on their policy stances. The debaters may use some unfamiliar jargon occasionally to describe their arguments, but rest assured, these terms and labels reflect the individual decision-making tools that you and I use every single day. Debate is simply the greatest sport on earth, and you will play a similar role to a referee when you decide a debate. What I'm going to do today is describe an overview of the debate, the process of judging, and include some suggestions about how to make your decision in the debates that you judge. First, a quick overview of policy debate, the type of debate the Dallas Urban Debate Alliance does. Each year, all middle and high schools in the country who participate in policy debate focus on the same broad topic called a resolution. The resolution is written in the form of a proposition of policy that advocates for the federal government to take action on a specific contemporary issue. This year, the topic is legal immigration, and the specific resolution is resolved that the United States federal government should substantially reduce its restrictions on legal immigration to the United States. There are two sides in a policy debate, the affirmative side and the negative side. The affirmative side argues for change by supporting the resolution, proposing a specific plan of action and the advantages to that action. The negative team, on the other hand, will argue that the current system, which we call the status quo, is working just fine and doesn't need change. The negative team may also argue that change proposed by the affirmative is a bad idea, or that there's simply another way to fix the problem that would be better. You can see how this is very similar to the back and forth we all go through making decisions every single day. The format of debate is pretty simple. The students will debate in pairs called teams. One team from a school will debate another team from a different school. Each student in the debate will give two speeches, a longer speech called a constructive, and a shorter speech called a rebuttal. Each student will also participate in two cross-examination periods, asking questions in one turn and answering them in another. Each team will also receive prep time that they can use to confer with their partner to prepare before the speeches that their side's going to give. You'll receive a handout that will have the specific times and order of the speeches for the debates you will be judging. All you need to bring with you to judge is your willingness to listen. Now that you have a picture of a policy debate, I want to talk about the tournament itself and how to judge the rounds. Once you've arrived at the tournament and checked in with the DUDA staff, you will be invited to an in-person judge training. You can ask questions that you have about this video, as well as about the judge packet that you'll receive. Once registration of the schools is complete, the morning of the tournament, we will provide information to everyone about the scheduled rounds, and then it'll be time to go off and judge. You'll receive an email or a text notification about what room you will judge in and what school's teams you'll be judging. You'll be provided additional information about this notification process when you arrive at the tournament. When you arrive at the room that you've been assigned, please introduce yourself and verify that the affirmative team and the negative team that are listed for your rounds are in the right room. Ask for the debaters' names and for what speaker positions, first or second speaker for their side, that they will do. You can refer to the judge handout you will receive for the list of speeches. You will need these names to assign the winner and the individual performance points, known as speaker points, at the end of the debate. Now, hopefully throughout the debate, each team will present some clear victory paths to assist in your decision of a winner and a loser. The affirmative team will be arguing throughout their speeches that change is necessary and good. The negative team will be arguing change is not necessary or would cause worse consequences. This is called a disadvantage to change. Sometimes the negative will also argue that there's a better way to fix the problem. This is called a counterpoint. At DUDA tournaments, we focus on one or two parts of the immigration debate each tournament. You will likely hear a debate about Syrian refugee policy. The affirmative will argue that change is necessary and good, and that we should let in more properly screened Syrian refugees. The negative will argue that there are too many bad consequences possible if we let in more refugees. You will hear a much more well-developed discussion of this from the debaters themselves, and that's how you'll know to decide a winner. During the debate, I would like to encourage you to keep notes and attempt to follow the arguments and the refutation and clash from speech to speech. The debaters and coaches call this the flow sheet. Like a flow chart, the intent of the flow sheet and note-taking is to map the arguments and argument chains as well as keep track of refutation and clash. The flow allows you to see what arguments a team is making, which ones they're emphasizing, as well as to be able to see if one side makes an argument that the other side does not refute. You will also need to keep time and regulate the order and progression of the speeches. The debaters are encouraged to keep time as well, but you should still provide oversight for this process. This is especially true for each team's prep time. Now, to make your decision, keep in mind a few simple decision points that you could use. And you can use any combination of these decision points. First, basic cost-benefit analysis. You can ask yourself, has the affirmative team proven that the advantages to their change and proposed plan outweigh the disadvantages to the change presented by the negative team? Second, you can assess the desirability of the affirmative plan in comparison to remaining with the current system or the status quo. For example, is change better than no change, or vice versa? Or, if the negative presents a counterplan, ask yourself which proposal has been proven by the debaters to be the better option. Third, overall persuasiveness of each team. How debaters present their arguments may influence how you decide who wins your debate. Effective cross-examination, effective speaking style all make for a persuasive debater. But keep in mind that style is only a part of the debate. You should also think about the arguments that are being made as well. Now, one real important thing to watch out for. Please try and keep your personal views and your opinions out of the decision. A good debate judge is like a good referee and decides the debate based on the arguments the debaters are making, not based on their personal opinions. So, at the end of the debate, when all the speeches are over and done, and before you engage the students in constructive comments, you'll need to pick a winner and assign speaker points. Speaker points are performance points for each debater for their persuasiveness. We have a scale of 25 to 30 points that we use at DUDA. You will enter this decision and their points online through tabroom.com. You'll receive additional information about this process when you arrive at the tournament. Now, after you've picked your winner and assigned the speaker points, feel free to share a few quick comments with the debaters that they could use in the rest of their debates. If you signed up to judge multiple debates, then you will follow this process again after you get a notification for the start of your next debate. Again, thank you so much for volunteering and enjoy judging one of the best competitive activities that any school can offer students. Encouraging students to see issues from both sides while developing their persuasive style will encourage them to advocate for positive and lasting change for the rest of their lives. So go out there and have some fun judging. Thank you.